Nobody planned for it to look like this. Not the producers, not the league, not even NBC. This was supposed to be simple. A quick segment, a cute crossover moment. The college star shows up, smiles, waves, talks for 2 minutes, and leaves. That's what everyone expected. But by the end of the night, the entire building felt different. Phones buzzed, executives whispered, and veterans stared at the screen like they had just witnessed something they weren't supposed to see. In less than 2 hours, Caitlin Clark didn't look like a guest. She looked like the main event. The ship began quietly. No breaking news, no dramatic intro, just a normal NBA broadcast on NBC Sports. Highlights rolled, crowd noise hummed, and the analyst joked. Then the host casually said her name. Joining us tonight, Caitlin Clark. Simple, harmless, but it wasn't. The second the camera cut to her, the energy changed. It wasn't hype or excitement. It was something heavier, something uncomfortable, like the room suddenly realized this wasn't supposed to happen yet. She wasn't supposed to be here. Not this fast, not this big, not on this stage. But there she was, calm, relaxed, no nerves, no rookie awkwardness, sitting between veteran analysts as if she'd been doing this for 10 years. And the craziest part? She didn't act impressed, grateful, or like someone who'd just been invited to the biggest basketball stage in America.
The NBA players on set. I'm going to wear stilts next time you see her there with Carmelo and Reggie Miller. And that's with Reggie Miller saying he's the third best shooter in the state of Indiana right now.
There's a new shooter from Indiana. See, I'm the third best shooter in the state of Indiana now. Okay. It goes Caitlin. Yeah. Tyrese, and now myself.
We'll have to get Tyrese's opinion on that. I'm not sure Tyrese would agree.
So there you go. Caitlin talking about that, poking fun at the appearance. That was one of the first things that stood out. Then there was the important question, which came later in the broadcast about the CBA. And one thing you have to like about it is Caitlin Clark was confident.
She talked like she owned the room, breaking down pick and roll coverages, calling out defensive mistakes, even correcting the hosts and former players, as if she wasn't trying to fit in, like she already belonged. Viewers noticed instantly. Social media erupted, clips spreading fast. Wait, she's actually good. Why is she this comfortable? How does a rookie sound like this? It wasn't cute anymore. It wasn't hype anymore. It was authority. And authority is dangerous, especially when nobody planned for it. Behind the scenes, phones were lighting up, front office staff texting each other. Are you watching this? Why is she on prime time? Since when did this happen?
No more iconic figure in basketball, in women's game right now, or the game in general, about Caitlin Clark. In the game in general, lads, all I gotta say is that that is not something that the WNBA would be happy with. We saw it. The WNBPA said that Alyssa Thomas was the reason why people are watching. And by the way, it's not even, people are like, oh, it was the finals about Alyssa Thomas. No. They literally said it wasn't just the playoffs, but our regular season broke records as fans went to watch Alyssa Thomas.
For years, there was an unspoken rule. WNBA stars stay in their bubble, NBA stars stay in theirs. Separate worlds, separate attention, separate money. Nobody crosses that line, especially not rookies. But nobody told Caitlin Clark that rule existed, or maybe she just didn't care. While others waited their turn, she stepped straight onto the biggest stage in basketball media, as if the doors were never locked. Then came the moment nobody expected. They cut to the arena feed, Madison Square Garden, packed, loud, historic, the kind of place legends are made. And the crowd? They weren't chanting for the NBA stars. They weren't chanting for the game. They were chanting her name. Caitlin, 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 on an NBA night. Think about that WNBA rookie getting louder cheers than NBA veterans inside Madison Square Garden. That's not normal. That's not marketing. That's takeover energy. And takeover energy scares people, especially those in charge, because suddenly this isn't a guest appearance. This isn't a cross promo. This is something else. This feels like a shift, and shifts mean control is slipping.
His biggest star is saying she's confident a CBA will get done. Then there were some other topics hit up on the broadcast as well, including her wanting to play at Madison Square Garden. You know, that is where she was broadcasting from, the Knicks and the Lakers. It is a great arena. I've spent a lot of time in the Garden.
Lakers and the Knicks taking center stage here for the 302nd overall meeting. And for the first time ever, we've got basketball night in America, the first Sunday in February. And we're joined by our special correspondent. Welcome to the team, Caitlin Clark. Yes.
First time in MSG for a Knicks game, so it's pretty cool.
I know, it's her first Knicks game, first time.
Inside the WNBA offices, one word kept popping up: unplanned. Nobody planned for her to dominate the broadcast. Nobody planned for ratings to spike. Nobody planned for NBA fans to say, "Who is she? I'm watching for her." That's when the fear creeps in. If fans follow her, they don't need the league. If networks call her directly, they don't need the league. If sponsors want her face, they don't need the league. And once a player doesn't need the system anymore, the system gets nervous. Veterans felt it too. Imagine grinding 10 years through empty seats, commercial flights, low pay, fighting for respect, only to have a 22-year-old walk in and in one night get more national exposure than you've had in your whole career. That doesn't feel inspiring. It feels personal. It feels like you're being replaced. So the whisper started. This is too much. They're forcing her everywhere. It's just hype. But the numbers kept climbing. Every segment she touched, ratings jumped. Every clip she appeared in, engagement exploded, not slightly, massively. And that exposed the one thing nobody wanted to admit. She wasn't riding the league's popularity. The league was riding hers.
Listen, there's a new shooter from Indiana. See, I'm the third best shooter in the state of Indiana now. Okay. It goes Caitlin, Tyrese, and now myself.
We'll have to get Tyrese's opinion on that. I'm not sure Tyrese would agree.
Right here, she's taking over for me right now. So
into the arena.
Well, I feel fortunate enough. A lot of the arenas we go into, a lot of people are cheering for our team, which is pretty nice.
Snap.
But there are some road games. I think even the Liberty fans, San Francisco, the Valkyries have a great crowd. Like, you want to take them out of it right away. You want to make them call the first time out. I think that's kind of what we always talk about. But that's what makes it fun. And I like what he said. If you're a star, like, these are the games you show up for. And that's really true. Like, these are the games that just mean a little bit more. Like MSG on a Sunday night. Like, that's
backwards. And backwards is dangerous. Then something even weirder happened. She wasn't just good on camera. She started controlling the room. Hosts asked her questions. Guests deferred to her takes. Former NBA players nodded while she explained plays. A rookie teaching veterans on national television. That's not normal. That's dominance. And dominance creates enemies fast, because now it doesn't look like, look how far women's basketball has come. It looks like, why didn't we see this coming? And nothing embarrasses executives more than missing the future. Insiders say something brutal. NBC wasn't even the first call. Another network hesitated, delayed, overthought it. Classic mistake. While they were evaluating, NBC moved fast, signed, booked, done. And overnight they owned the story, which meant someone else missed it badly. And when you miss a generational
iconic figure in basketball in the women's game right now, or the game in general. So we said, let's have a bigger conversation. And it's just so crazy that it feels like every other sport will just come out and say what it is besides the WNBA. The NBA is not scared to acknowledge that there's no more iconic figure in basketball. Not just the women's game, but possibly the game in general than Caitlin Clark. But we would not hear that in the WNBA space. We wouldn't hear that from WNBA media, but the NBA media and the NBA and the league itself is not scared to say it. Like we've seen it when Caitlin does golf events. It just seems like every league but her own is not scared to say the truth.
Because deep down, everyone realized something. Caitlin Clark didn't debut on NBC. She didn't guest star. She didn't cameo. She crossed over. And once someone crosses over like that, you can't put them back in the box. She wasn't just a WNBA player anymore. She was a basketball figure, period. No labels, no limits. And once you reach that level, you stop asking permission. You start choosing platforms, networks, opportunities. That's power, real power. And organizations hate when players have power, because power means leverage, and leverage means control shifts, and control is everything. So when the lights shut off that night, The crowd went home, and the clip...
It doesn't matter what arena it is, what venue, home, road. The biggest thing is Caitlin Clark being back playing basketball and healthy. But, you know, her crack there was good, too. The Liberty probably aren't going to want to move over. She knows the history. The Liberty were owned by the Garden, Dolan, and MSG. They are now owned by Joe Tsai and the play over at Barclays in Brooklyn, so there's no chance the Liberty would ever play in Madison Square Garden if you know the dynamics between the Knicks and the Nets in the city.
This was the night Caitlin Clark stepped onto a stage bigger than her league and made it look easy. And when someone makes history look easy, that's when you know the game has just changed forever.